أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحابه ومن اهتدى بهداه إلى يوم الدين فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. ربي لا تؤاخذني مما يقولون واغفر لي ما لا يعلمون وَجَعَلْنِي خَيْرًا مِمَّا يَظُنُّونَ. Amma ba'd. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome one more time to the House of Dua. And welcome to another blessed day of Jumu'ah in the year 1446 after the Hijrah of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Welcome to the channel from which we learn about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about His creation, about His message, about His messenger, and of course, about His chosen religion known as Al-Islam. Welcome to the channel from which we learn how to live and be happy in the world we live today, and how to return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of accountability for even greater happiness and success. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, today we are continuing our conversation on our series titled Foods for Thought. We are coming to you today again with another beautiful issue that all of us need to ponder about. Pondering is an essential requirement of us as human beings and particularly of us as Muslims. Our Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, Afdalul Khalqi wa Akramul Rusul, the best of Allah's creation and the most honored of Allah's messengers, used to leave his home to the countryside to ponder about the creation, ponder about the Creator, and ponder about himself, his life. Asking questions: how did this creation come about? Who is responsible? Who is controlling me? Who created me? How did I come to be what I am? Why is it that some people are doing better than me? Why is it that I'm doing better than some others? Why these variations in human conditions? How did I begin? And how am I going to end it? What is my mission on this planet? How do I know if I have attained my goals or if I have failed? What is the definition of my success or failure? What about those who live here with me? Whether they are human beings or other creatures, how do I relate with them? How do I relate with them so that we can coexist? When and how is this world going to come to an end? Or does it remain like this forever? These are things we need to ponder about. Why is it that people die? Where are my parents? Where are my grandparents? Where are my grandparents' parents? Where are those who used to do well that I thought were better than me? Where are they? And what about me? When is it going to be my turn to leave this planet? And if I leave, who do I leave my affairs for? These are issues. You keep on thinking about them. It's endless. But pondering opens your heart to that which you cannot see visibly. Pondering, reflection, meditation leads you to discovery. It relieves you of your body. It liberates you and takes you out of darkness into light. Reflection is important for your life. It helps you understand how to relate with those with whom you relate every day. It gives you a sense of contentment. It reminds you that nothing happens happenstance. There's a purpose for everything. It also reminds you that no one is so significant that he will live in this world forever. Pondering, pondering, pondering is a remedy for our success and survival. I encourage you, therefore, to ponder all the time, to sit down and deeply reflect about your life, especially at that moment when you are in discomfort or you are pissed off by something around you. At that moment when you think you are failing, sit down and think. Think about what you were before, what you are now, and what you hope to be next. Think about others in comparison to where you are. It will relieve you. My dear brothers and dear sisters, failure to ponder nowadays or reflect make us act spontaneously, foolishly, irrationally, like we don't know what we are to ourselves, because we don't sit down to think. We allow events to go through us and we don't go through those events. We don't understand them. That's why this series is so important, my dear brothers, my dear sisters. Take a look at your journey of life. Very soon we forget where we are coming from. We take a look at the little baby that is crawling, we forget that we were once like that baby. We take a look at the old man whose skin has wrinkled and the hair color has changed. We take a look at that and say, we may never be like him or her. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, the journey of life is full of matters that we need to think about. Today we are coming to you with another beautiful topic that we need to ponder about, and that is money. Money. Money, yes. The medium of exchange in today's world. I have something to sell, you give it to me, I release that thing to you voluntarily. You become an owner of that thing. But you don't give me that money, you don't get that thing. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, money is something that all of us wish to have. And indeed, all of us have it. But not all of us agree that we have it in the amount that we want to have it. And in fact, not all of us will have it in the amount we want to have it. So at what point in time shall we say we have had enough? Who has ever told himself, I've had enough of money? The more you look for it, the more you feel that you have not gotten enough. A few days ago, you were wishing and in fact begging your creator to make it possible for you to have $1,000 in response to your supplication. Now you have $1,000 or more. It's no longer sufficient. You need 2,000 or more. At what point in time will you know, therefore, that you have had it? You are not alone. Billionaires, the trillionaires, they are even worse off. They have it in abundance. They don't even know how much they have anymore. You know, there are people on this planet who have buildings and they don't know where those buildings are. They have property that litter the entire planet. They have no record of them anymore. And still, they are looking for more. Why is it that we are not able to say, you know what, I think this is enough for me? What is the problem? Money is that most important tool to influence human behavior nowadays. Money. Money. You can make somebody do what he doesn't want to do with money. You can make somebody go beyond his limit with money. Money is that tool that determines the pleasure and happiness of most people in today's world. but it's not supposed to be like that. Let's talk in specific terms. Take a look at yourself, where you are coming from, where you are now, what you have now. There was a time you never thought you would be where you are now. There was a time that you were like an orphan, not sure of your future, not sure of even being able to take care of your feeding and having a place to rest your head. You were afraid. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa'akum wa'ayadakum bin nasabihi warazakakum minatu aibat la'alakum tashkurun. Allah provided for you a refuge. He assisted you and strengthened you on the ground, allow you to grow beyond your expectation, so that you give gratitude to him. But do you? Then he asks a question. Is it the favor of Allah you reject? My dear brothers, my dear sisters, if only we can sit down and understand our purpose of existence and understand that money is just a medium of exchange, and that with or without it, you can still live and be happy. If only we can sit down to appreciate that, then we'll be able to temper our greed for money with restraint that will enable us to enjoy that money. If only we'll be able to understand the purpose for which money is created. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, money, how much of it do you have? You are not likely to give me the exact answer. That is the problem with human beings. If you ask me the same question, I'm not likely to give you the same answer, because what I have in front of me, I already tell myself that it's not enough. I need more. And probably to take the one that belongs to me and add to my own. That's what goes on. Money is now, in today's world, the determinant of people's behavior. As I speak to you, there are nations in which people are on the street protesting. Ultimately, what are they protesting for? Money. They want something by which they can bring comfort to themselves. And the easy way to do that is by having enough money so that you can exchange for goods and services. There are places where people are throwing guns and bombs and missiles and artillery and chemical weapons upon others right now. What is their final aim? Money, materialism for this world. There are places where people go out dancing naked. Why? Money. There are places where people are on the field now, running from one corner to another in the name of sports. You think they love you, they just want to entertain you, that's why they do so? No. Their intrinsic reason for doing it is money. There are places now where people call themselves top musicians. They take drugs. They engage in all illicit stuff in order to change their behavior, to behave in the way that will amaze you, and you would call them good musicians. You think they want to do so to please you? No. Their ultimate goal is money. Any sphere of life, even back home, between you and your brothers and sisters. Good morning, brother. Thank you, Daddy. You are the best in the world. I love you. May God bless you. You think He truly intends all that for you? Those sweet words are coming out because of money. Allah told the Holy Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَلْمِزُكَ فِي الصَّدَقَاتِ فَإِنْ أُوتُوا مِنْهَا رَدُّوا وَإِنْ لَمْ يُؤْتَوْا مِنْهَا إِذَا هُمْ يَسْخَطُونَ. Among them are some that are destroying your name, slandering you, lying against you, blackmailing you, castigating you behind you over a matter of charity or sadaqah. But whenever you give them a little portion of it, they are pleased, they are happy with you. That is so long. If you don't give them enough, Izahum Yaskatun. They go about and chew your name apart and destroy your name. They forgot that you gave to them yesterday. And their brothers, my dear sisters, it happens in the family. People relate with you nowadays on the basis of what they can get from you in terms of money. When you give them, at that time, they are very happy. But when they come again and you say, you know, I don't have enough, they forgot that you ever gave to them yesterday. They are not happy with you. But you are not alone. They do it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه رزقه فيقول ربي أهانن. Yes, a man is a man that when God does him or her well, goes about happy, celebrating Allah. Allah has done me. But when Allah decides to test him by reducing for him and say, today, no, I won't give you. It was about talking bad about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, we have to be careful with the way we pursue money. All of us need it, but we all seek it in different ways. Some ways lawful, others unlawful. There are people who believe that the end justifies the means. It doesn't matter how you got the money, but the fact that you got it, that is what matters. So they are ready to kill. They are ready to do the opposite. They are ready to commit sin in order to have enough of this. But unfortunately, we live in a world in which the society honors those who have money. So, the horse trade for money, therefore, has become unlimited. That horse trade is described by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Adiyat. وَالْعَادِيَاتِ ضَبْحًا فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ صُبْحًا فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لِرَبِّهِ لَكَنُودٌ. The horse trade for money is emitting pollution, sparking light, creating dust, all over the place. Everyone trying to outbeat the other, try to get there before the other, try to corner the entire possession so that others will not have any portion. Indeed, man is ungrateful. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, yes, it's good to have money, but how much of it will you have? At what point in time will you say, this is enough for me? It's important for us to know that money can make or unmake you. There's nothing wrong in having some of it, at least to meet your basic needs. But having excess of it is a path to self-destruction. We learned a lot from the revelation regarding the richest man mankind has ever seen, known as Karun, Lanatullahi alayh. He allowed the amount of wealth he had to elevate him to a level where he believed that Allah had no power over him anymore. So he suffered the consequence. The same thing with a man known as Talaba ibn Hatib al-Ansari. He allowed wealth to take him away from Allah. And so he was punished. Allah says, for you all, therefore, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tulhikum amwalukum wala auladukum an zikrillah. وَمَا يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. For you have believed, do not let your wealth, your pursuit of wealth and children, your love for children, don't let it take you away from Allah. Whoever allowed that to happen, that person is a loser. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran recognizes that there is need for money. At least something that will be enough to give us some basics. Wealth and children are just adornments, attractions of life. They are just the temporary pleasures of life. There's something better than that. This is what you need to put in mind. Bakiyatu salihatu khairun inda rabbika thawaban wa khairun amala. Deeds that last forever, deeds that define your relationship with Allah, that is what is better than wealth and children. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, let us be careful. Let us be careful. Unfortunately, when we see people who have it more than us, we lose our sense of honor. We want to be like them. We are even ready to enslave ourselves to them. But we don't know how they got the money. We don't know what the money is going to do to them or what plan God has for such people. So Allah has warned us to be very careful. He told the prophet, Ola tujibuka amwaluhum wala auladuhum. Innama yuridun lahum an yu'azibahum biha fil hayati dunya wa tazhaqa anfusuhum wa hum kafirun. Surah At-Tawbah. Twice Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals that verse. Verses 55 and 85 of Surah At-Tawbah. Do not let the enormity of their wealth and the number of their children they have more than you, do not let that attract you or amaze you or beguile you. You don't know why they have that amount of money. Allah has provided it for them with a purpose. Or same thing. The desire of Allah in giving them that enormity of wealth and children is to punish them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will follow that wealth with a series of fitna, difficulties that they will not come out to tell you. They are suffering inside them that they will not tell you. They have high blood pressure. They have diabetes. They have sleeplessness. They have all kinds of challenges attached to it. And they have paranoia because they obtain that wealth either unlawfully or they are using that wealth in a way to earn them sinfulness. There are so many reasons why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed them to have that money. So when you see them, don't let that attract you and don't let that one make you feel that you are a failure. No. You are in fact, in the final analysis, better than them. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, that's my message to you when it comes to money. When you see others who have it more than you, do not stretch your neck unnecessarily because you don't know how that person got the money and what that money is going to do to that person in the final analysis. You don't know the problem the person is facing as a result of that money. If he were to let you know, you will find that even with the little you have, you are better than that person. So let's have a sense of contentment with what we have. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us some of these beautiful dua that we should always recite. Alhamdulillah, at'amana wa sakana wa ja'alana minal muslimin. All the praise for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has provided me sustenance and drink and who has made me a Muslim. That alone should be enough for you. That alone should be enough for all of us to calm our heart down, to give us a sense of satisfaction. Because above all, success is not defined in terms of what you are in dunya. Success is defined in terms of where you go when you meet Allah on the day of accountability. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, ponder about the money, the amount of it you need, the amount of it you have right now, and be content with what you have right now instead of having sleepless nights over the amount you don't have now and you may never have until you die. Yes, make a little bit of effort. Get as much as is needed for your basic needs and just fold your hands. That's why the Prophet in his beautiful hadith says, seek from Allah and don't be lazy. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت الغفور الكريم سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك